Hi, welcome to this week's session. So happy to have you here. This session is going to be all about sales. And we're talking about that sales is not a pitch, it's an invitation. And the reason why I wanted to host this session this week is that we are in the middle of our complimentary program, the Get Clients Accelerator, and I'm going to share the link in the comment section. That is a 3-day complimentary program helping you get more clients now and on repeat in your business. And one of the big topics is, of course, sales. And one of the biggest things that people struggle with is sales. And we are kind of fed up with all these complicated, strange sales tactics that is out there. And we need to start by redefine what sales actually is. And in the Get Clients Accelerator, the complimentary program we run this week, I teach exactly the same thing that I teach my inner circle clients. It's all about creating a structure, strategies, and systems, especially when it comes to sales. But one thing that I also want you to understand is one thing that I talk about a lot is that it's not so much about what you actually do as it is who you are when you do it. Okay. And the people that are inside my inner circle, they kind of all know that because they are not there. We are not here to dabbling around. We are not here to try. We are not here to figure things out. We are here to own and to claim the life that we desire to live. Okay. And my ultimate goal for everyone is not only to close more clients and become successful business owners, it's also to become the CEO of your own life. And that means being a person that is deeply satisfied with the life that you are living, right? So when I created the Get Clients Accelerator, it's based off the work that I do with my clients. And that is all about simplify. Because when we simplify, we accelerate and we multiply. So I decided to host the Get Clients Accelerator complimentary for everyone to help everyone break the bad cycle of complexity. And this is live. So today is Wednesday, and we started the Get Clients Accelerator yesterday, but there is a replay of yesterday's training. And if you join after this training, you can catch today's live. Okay. And then we have a live session, of course, tomorrow. And I'm giving it all away for free. And I'm giving everything about how I claimed and I owned and I simplified to build 2 businesses to 6 figures within a month. And I also will share with you how you can compress the curve, the time that it takes for you to build trust. And trust is necessary in order to make high ticket sales. Okay. You need to earn trust, and trust is earned. Trust is not just giving away. Okay. It's not given to you. It's not something that you just get. You earn trust. It's one of the most important parts. Okay. And I know that you are amazing at getting your clients' results. But it's really important to me that you understand, in order to become or be a great coach today, you need to be more than a great coach. Okay? You also need to be a great mentor. And you also need to be a great business owner, a business person. Because if you don't have clients, you have no one to get that amazing result for, right? And how do we get clients? We make sales, and sales is my jam. And one of the topics that we talk about in the Get Clients Accelerator is, of course, sales. Right? So today I wanted to share with you the idea of changing your mindset from when you're thinking about your offer as a pitch versus thinking about your offer as an invitation, as an opportunity. Okay. And throughout the Get Clients Accelerator, we talk a lot about transparency, how important that is, and also how it's important that you see to receive. Because in order to receive something, you need to give. Okay. And I know that you are giving so much. Okay. But you need to also ask yourself, Are you giving yourself permission to also receive? It's important to make sure that you are not giving away so much information that you are pulling back to what the end result actually is, for what you desire for your audience, for your clients. Because it's nice to get compliments and it's nice to get paid, right? And compliments are amazing. But the ultimate compliment is when someone says, yes, I'm committed. I'm doing this. I am investing in you and I'm going to work with you. That is the biggest compliment that you can ever get, because that is how you can get people real results. Okay? So it's really important when it comes to the idea of presenting your offer to your audience that you do not look at it as a pitch. And so many times in sales, we hear the word pitch all the time, pitch, pitch, pitch. And I say, like, it's no wonder that people feel these strange, bad words around sales. I mean, when you say the word sales, it's usually received like it's spammy, sleazy, scammy, pushy, pitchy. No, it's nothing of that, right? Sales is serving your audience on the highest level. Sales is something beautiful. Sales is how you get people result. Sales is energy. Sales is solutions, right? Because every time a person says yes to me, every time a client says yes to me, working with me, I know that it's the start of their success. I really strongly believe that. I see the value. I'm aligned. I know that I can deliver. And it's very often I say no, because the thing is that my client's success is my success. Your client's success is your success. It's your reputation, right? So we have to remember that we are not pitching. Do you like to get pitched to? Do you like when someone pitch you? I don't, okay? Because I don't think no one wants to get pitched to, because pitch to means that you are convincing people, right? It feels like you have to perform. It's like, oh no, here comes the pitch, right? Go from content to pitch. It comes off kind of spammy, scammy, sleazy, and people don't like that. Who likes spammy, scammy, sleazy? No one, right? So it's important that you are kind of transparent in the beginning, that people know about this offer, because you are doing complementary events, right? Maybe you run a live workshop, you do a weekly live, you do a program, a challenge, a live launch, right? You are giving free material out there, okay? And when you are getting that much, you are allowed to kind of pull back and remind people that there is more to be, right? There is more to learn. And you are going to get better result inside working with you, inside your paid containers, your paid programs. So instead of referring to it as the pitch, what I want you to think about is that you are not pitching to people. You are not here to convincing people. You are here to convey your message, standing your truth, holding your grounds, and invite people to plug into your power, right? It's a big difference. I hope you kind of feel the difference. Pitching, right? Inviting people into your power. And no one wants to get pitched to. You need to ask yourself, do you want to get pitched to? Or do you want to get invited? Okay. One is very kind of welcoming, okay? And the other one, not so much. It's more assertive and more aggressive, right? So ask yourself, do you want to get pitched to? Or do you want to get invited? Big difference, right? And I'm going to give you some pointers of what I actually share inside the Get Clients Accelerator, the complimentary program we run this week, when it comes to doing those invitations. And I like to have something that I call a bridge into my offer, because it's very awkward. And I think you can agree with this when you join an event, or if you have run any kind of webinar, masterclass, challenge, live launch, or whatever, that it's like teaching, pitch. Okay. It's like all of a sudden you say like, okay, and that's what's the training. And I hope you stick around to hear now what I'm going to sell to you. It's awkward, right? It feels kind of strange. And I can promise you, you're going to see your numbers drop and you're going to see people leaving. Instead, having a bridge, so they kind of understand how you are wrapping everything up, and at the same time providing the value and allowing people to see the value of why what you are now going to talk about is important. You're handing out an invitation to take what they have learned from you, bring it full cycle, and go out and execute with your support, with your expertise, with your knowledge, with your guidance, with your accessibility, with the blueprints you have, with everything that you got inside. They are just taking what they have learned. You invite them to go out and execute with that support, right? And one thing that I usually do, so this is important, that of course this is unique for my brand, but one part of how you can think about it is that, and it's not just a strategy, it's kind of who I am, right? It's like when I say to people kind of that you have now learned XYZ, right? And I want to ask you, who are you now? And where do you want to be? What is the life that you want to have, right? And what are you going to do to get there? There's a gap between, right? Most importantly, what are you going to do about it? Well, I have the solution for you, right? That is why I want you to invite you into my inner circle. Because the bridge is not only to teach, pitch. It's to kind of create that natural bridge into your offer, that the natural next step is into the offer. And of course, when we built any kind of events of any kind, we built them based to work as that bridge. The entire workshop, the entire challenge, the entire webinar work as a bridge into the offer. But when you do that pitch, that invitation, you want it to bridge really smoothly. So you want to remind them of the value that you already brought. You also want to remind them that of the value, of the importance of what you now are going to share. And the way I do it is that I tell them, you have now gotten all this information, okay? You have learned XYZ, but I want to ask you, where are you now? And where do you want to be? What is the difference between here? And most important, how are you going to get there? How are you going to get there? And I have that solution for you. I can fill that gap. And that is why I want to invite you into my inner circle. That is kind of a bridge. And of course, it's kind of unique for my brand, right? But it's an example how you kind of summarize what it is that you went over in the workshop, in the masterclass, in the live, and kind of show them that you know them, okay? You know where they are, and you know where they want to be, and you have the thing that is going to close that gap for them, because there is a gap, right? And you're going to teach them XYZ so they can get 1, 2, 3, okay? And you have the path that you're going to lead them on, okay? And since you have the way that we teach, you have kind of led them throughout your nurturing process. It could be any kind. It could be posting, virtual event. It doesn't matter. You lead your audience, right? You lead them, and you have already led them from uncertain to certain, from seeing what they actually are missing, from understanding what they actually need to close that bridge. They are there to say, yes, please continue, lead me throughout this. They can actually see it in front of them. It's kind of a future casting, right? So you really want to make sure that you are presenting it and really kind of transitioning and creating that bridge into it. And also, I talk a lot about how your nurturing should be like an entire bridge in itself, right, into your offer. Okay. And when that is already created, you are going to feel a really smooth transitioning into the offer every single time. Okay. And it's also important that you make your offer a no-brainer. And that means don't go down into all the features, okay? Because I can promise you this. People love you, okay? But they're not working with you just to work with you. They are working with you because they want the result that you can get to them, right? They work with you to get the result that they want. And you have the best system. You have the best system in the world, right? That is why I say that when you build your offer, when you close that gap in the market, it needs to be tied back to your own conviction, because you so strongly need to believe that your solution is superior to anything that is out there. You have the best system. End. Okay? But people don't just buy systems, okay, to buy systems. We are not like, oh, I want this system. We buy the result that the system is going to get us, okay? So make sure when you are doing this transitioning into the offer that you are not just drowning yourself and your audience in features and thinking it into too much logic, the mechanic, the tactical, the Q&A sessions, the hosting of the sessions and all those kind of things, right? All those kind of practical things. Because when people hear you for the first time, okay, you have to remember that people buy with emotions and they back it up with the logic. Some more and some less, okay? So it's important that you create an emotional connection. At the same time, you speak to their desires. That's what's most important. Not features, systems, and modules and Q&A sessions or whatever. So I really recommend, if you're going to go through, when you go through all the features, because I do believe that you need to do a full offer stack somewhere, because you have buyers that buys with way more logic than they do emotions. Even if everyone buys with emotion, some back it up with a lot of logic. But keep it separate. Don't do it inside that bridge, right? Build that connection, that emotional connection first, and then later you can go into the full offer stack, or you can host it in another day, a Q&A session or something, right? The other thing is that, and this I just need to just say, is that the words that you decide to use, words are so powerful, okay? Let's say you have an offer that is, I don't know, let's make this simple, 2,500, okay? Your offer is 2,500. You have a payment plan that is 500 per month, okay? I often hear people when they do their invitation, their pitch, is that the price of my offer is 500 per month, or if you want, you can pay in full and you get a 10% discount. You hear that a lot, don't you? Oh, so many kind of wrong things there, right? Listen to the words and ask yourself, what does the words that you use actually express? What do you actually say? So first of all, the price of my program. It doesn't exist, right? Because when people work with me, you are not spending, you're investing. When people work with you, they are not spending money, they are investing money. And what is an investment? It means you get something in return. You invest in something, you get something in return. So you need to change and say the investment for my program is, okay? And you have a paid in full, and that is the investment, not the payment plan, right? If you want to get paid in full, you need to ask. In order to receive, you need to ask, okay? You cannot get something if you don't ask for it. And don't put your paid, if you want to get paid in full, don't put your paid in full kind of as a back burner, like it's something gold, it's something magical, it's almost untouchable, because you will never kind of get there. You are going to pick the payment plan. No, the investment for my program is 2,500. And if you prefer, there is a payment plan for 500 per month. But you see, when you pay in full, you receive a saving of $500, and you get a bonus, a one-to-one to work with me. Do you see the difference there? It's not a price, it's an investment, okay? Notice that you say the pay in full, but you kind of have the but of course energy behind it. I don't know what to call it. Let's say the but of course energy, right? But of course you want this, right? Because if you get the payment plan, there is an option that is available for you. But if you pick the payment plan, you're not going to get what you get if you pay in full. And when you pay in full, you are going to get the savings. You're going to get the one-to-one. It's a savings, not a discount. Stop. What is sexy and beautiful about discount? Nothing. Nothing. Discount. It sounds something that you sell something out because it runs out of time to sell it, right? No, it's not a discount. It's a saving. It's a saving for them, right? It's an off-course energy because they are saving something. You are not pitching, you're inviting. Things are not free, they are complementary. It's a big difference. I run huge in-person event in Sweden. And one thing that I see people struggle with a lot is that they say the tickets are and the word is not, I can't kind of transition into English, but there is a difference between saying something is there is no cost or it's free, right? No cost, it's free. And that is something that I learned back then, because I run events, huge in-person events in Sweden for multiple years. And that is one thing, when we did advertising, we thought about what word did we use, right? Because you are not pitching, you're inviting. Things are not free, they are complementary, right? Even if you use the word free in your marketing, if you look at it, they are not free, they're complementary. And at the same time, we are not giving discounts, we're giving savings. So there's a lot of difference. And that is just a word. And it's very, but of course. And when you use that, but of course, energy, you say it's a no-brainer. Okay? Because when you need to remember, when you're not just making money, like attracting money and magnetize money and suck it all in, whatever that you do. Where do money come from? People. Comes from people. And you must stand in your own power, in your own energy, in order to attract people into their power and their energy to be willing to invest. right? And I always say that you need to attract people that are in their energy to invest. But that requires that you stand in your energy and in your power in order to attract those people. That is where the money comes from, people. So you have to remember, you teach other people how to love you by the way that you love yourself, right? You teach people in order to trust you, you need to trust yourself. The way that you trust yourself, your own process, your own program, your own experience, your own ability to help people, that is how people are going to trust you. That is how you teach them to trust you, by starting to trust yourself. You are going to teach people how to respect you the way that you respect yourself. And you also teach people how to invest in you in the way that you invest in yourself. Like attracts like. Running a business is not only strategy, it's energy. And that says a lot coming from me. That is a strategic into my bones. I love strategy. I love strategy. I love big strategic puzzles, right? So saying that says a lot. It's energy, because money comes from people. When people buy, they're taking out their hardworking cash and they give it to you because they believe you, they trust you, right? And they think that you are the person. That is the person that you want to attract. But in order to attract that person, you need to be that person. That is why I always say it's not so much what you do as it is who you are when you do it. Okay. So I wanted to remind you a few of these things as far as having the sales conversion and having the invitation, right? And you also need to remember when it comes to this is that when you get no, because you're going to get a lot of no's. It's part of the journey. Everyone is going to get no. But a no isn't kind of really a no. It's a not yet. Okay? If someone is following you for a long time, they are showing a want and a need, which is the first qualifier when it comes to sales, is when people show a want and a need. But the thing is, if they say no, what that means is that they need more clarity to say yes, or maybe it's not a time, it's not right now. Okay. But as long as you understand this is your purpose, that you are meant for this, and that you are committed to it, they are going to be ready someday. And you're going to stand there with open arms, right? But unfortunately for them, yeah, you're probably going to be way more expensive. That is usually how it works. When people say no, they say no, and because they are not ready. And when they come back, when they are ready, yeah, you are going to cost a lot more to work with, right? So I just want to remind you these these are kind of some quick tips, what it's like to have a proper kind of invitation when it comes to inviting in any kind of live invitation when you run any kind of complimentary events, even if it's a weekly live or something like that. And if you have kind of like this session, I'm telling you that this is just this much of what we teach inside the complimentary program, Get Clients Accelerator. So make sure that you click on the link. And we are also going to talk simple strategy, because if you have no one to do this invitation into your program for, what I talked about today is not going to help you, is it? Right? You need someone to invite. Okay. You also need something to invite them to. Otherwise, it's going to be hard. If we have no one, we have no one to invite, and we have nothing to invite them to. So of course, that is also part of the Get Clients Accelerator, the complimentary program. Okay. And I also kind of want to just mention the power of simplicity, because, and why I decided to run the complimentary program in the first place, is that the market has become really, really complicated. And there is a massive amount of opportunities out there in order to scale and close sales and all these kind of crazy things going on. And when you have so much opportunities. You get an overabundance of opportunities, right? Which means that our energy gets so diluted, and we don't know what to focus on, and we try to focus on everything. We try to do everything because everyone have the magic bullet or the magic thing out there to close more sales and accelerate your growth, right? And that is almost spinning ourselves and our business out of control because we don't know what to focus on. So our energy gets so diluted and we are almost running into a wall because we do everything at the same time we do nothing. So what I'm also talking about in the Get Clients Accelerator is the most simple way of attracting your dream client and compress your nurturing process to earn the trust that you need in order to invite them into your paid container. The simplest on the planet. No complicated, strange going on here, okay? It's the most simple way of doing it. You're going to learn how to build a following that makes sense, a following that I usually say raving fans, okay? So make sure you click on the link and join us. Yesterday's training, there is a replay of that one. You have the replay up until next week, Tuesday, so you can catch on that replay later. Today, we have a live session, and tomorrow we have a live session, okay? So thank you so much for being with me here today. And as a last reminder, for everyone that is watching this or listening to this, own it, claim it, and see it through, okay? You need to be willing to commit. That I always talk about that. You need to be willing to commit and to claim it, own it, and see it through, okay? So thank you so much, and I hope to see you inside the Get Clients Accelerator, and I will see you next week. So take care, everyone. Bye.